Hello everybody, this is Chromical018 and this is the start of Sword Art Online. I actually recorded this earlier today, the reaction I mean, and since I already just finished uploading for Blue Exorcist, figured I might as well, because apparently that one got the most votes. Soul Eater was not far behind, to be honest. Actually, it was a tie between Soul Eater and Death Parade for second place. Fullmetal Panic, the next, installment for it, it only got like 6% of the votes. Too bad. Anyway, yeah. This episode essentially shows on not only the start of the world of... Dang it, I don't know what the name of the world is that they're in. But it's the game Sword Art Online, and unlike a normal an MMORPG, it's virtual reality, yet not in the virtual reality that we know. Sure, it involves the head thing that goes over your body, but it restricts your movement in the real world, so you'll be able to play as if you're actually in another world without, your body moving. Because if your body is moving while you're playing, you could accidentally hurt yourself, or cause someone else to get hurt, or knock something over, or, the possibilities are endless on that one. Anyway, essentially, I think it said it's a week after launch date, and, yeah, everybody is clamoring to get in line to get one of the restricted 10,000 copies of the game. And the guy named Kirito is one of them. Apparently, he was a beta tester of the game before it came out, because obviously games will have people who will hire people to be beta testers of the game to make sure it works properly. There's no glitches, no bugs, anything to make sure. Essentially, it's a final test run before they run the game, which they should do, because I've heard of some games being essentially broken when they're released. Then again, sometimes that's due to freaking time constraints where they can't do that, and they have to essentially cut corners in order to get it out in time. That sucks. Anyway, there are tons of people all over that world, and apparently there's no magic in this game. Which sucks because, it's a basic edition of any MMORPG, essentially, is magic in some form or fashion. Whether it be, the traditional magic, or if it's like a sci-fi thing, you have like mind powers or something like that, other than just the usual weapons. Oh no! I didn't want to do that. Anyway, apparently, Kirito meets up with another player. It shows him, the ropes because he's a newbie, essentially, for this game. But apparently in another game he ran a guild before, so he's not a stranger to MMORPGs. Anyway, he shows him a little bit of the basics, not much. And apparently, after a while, they... Sorry. The guy wants to get off and... sorry. Wants to get off and, get some to eat, because even though you can eat in that world, it doesn't really abate your physical hunger, like from real life. So you would have to get off and go get some food. Now, usually, this is where you could log out, go get your food, do whatever you need to do, and then come back and play. Oh no, there's no logout button for this game. And it's not a glitch, because everybody in the game gets teleported to the first level, and the master of games, essentially the GM, whatever you want to call him, shows up and says that they did that intentionally because he wants to have his own world to rule, and doesn't essentially think of the consequences of his actions, because essentially if you get killed in this game, or somebody tries to remove the little helmet thing, you die in the real world. If I try to take the helmet off, the thing inside the helmet will essentially fry your brain. If you die in the real world, or die in the game, you die in the real world, essentially. So there's no second chance here. And as you can probably imagine, everybody panics and freaks out because they can't get out. And apparently also, they get a mirror that essentially makes them look like how they usually look. which is kind of funny because some of them, you know how some people will play characters opposite their gender. Yeah, it was one character though you could think was a girl. The mirror comes out and it's a guy, and it's freaking freaky. Anyway, yeah, essentially the only way they can get out is if they make it to the 100th floor and beat the boss there, essentially. That's the only way they have any chance of getting out of the game at this point. Because there's no logout button, they can't turn the power off and get the game thing off. They can't have somebody take it off. So, yeah. Essentially, apparently by this point, which is like, I'm guessing like an afternoon, 213 people have died, either by somebody taking the helmet off or them getting killed in the game. So yeah, out of 10,000 players, 213 are now dead. You would think that would get the media involved in finding out who made the game and have them arrested. Because 213 people dying because of playing their game, that's bad publicity there. That's bad media there. So you would think that the person in charge of the game would have thought about this, but no. As far as I know, that hasn't come up yet. Because apparently the media is following this whole thing, but nothing is being done. There's no investigation going on or anything. But then again, by the time this next episode and onward comes out, we have no idea what's going on in the real world. Anyway, yeah, this is part of the reason why I'm glad that this type of virtual reality MMO game is not in our world yet, because something like that could happen, and that'd be terrifying, to be honest. Anyway, sadly, I don't think we ever get to see the guy again. Sorry, I got an itch on my back and I can't reach it. Your arms can only reach so far. Anyway, the guy that Kirito was talking to, he had some friends in the game, and he went back to them instead of going with Kirito to the next village, because apparently experience and money in this game is very limited. So once everybody starts trying to get experience to get stronger so they can get out of here, that's going to be hard to come by. Anyway, yeah, I assume we don't see him again, because as far as I've seen in the next 3 episodes, I think, it's either 3 or next 3 episodes or next 4 episodes, I don't remember which. We don't see him again. So, as far as I know, he might have died. Anyway, I know this isn't a whole lot to talk about, but if I missed something that you guys want to talk about, feel free to do so in the comment section, and I'll, talk to you guys about it. And if this is your first time on my channel, I'd recommend subscribing if you like the content. And I'll see you guys next time.